Rock and roll Santa. What do you like that?
I think I saw that guy at a Rolling Stones concert one year.
I was trying to find like images, like what's something. I had no idea what I was going for. Like, let me just find something different, and I came across like a video of Santa playing the guitar.
Oh my god!
The background off that. Perfect.
That is so funny. It's such a good fit.
Yeah.
That was cool. Hey, I was thinking this is sort of like all those people that ask, "Can we get a lunchtime class? Can we do a lunchtime class?" Like, here you go, lunchtime.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You get any, and see if we can get any viewers.
Any viewers? Yeah. You want a lunchtime class?
Comment. They don't even have, right? They don't even have to come to the gym. They can just watch it. They can just watch their fitness.
Exactly. What better way to get fit than to watch people talk about it? Honestly, that's the that's a step in the right direction.
Of course.
You're not doom scrolling through the social media sphere. You're getting great, useful, educational, entertaining content for your heart, body, mind, and soul.
Wow. That's a lot of pressure. I'm not sure I could deliver on that. You need to let's lower.
Well, we are delivering today. We are delivering today.
Let's lower those expectations. Isn't that Ross?
Oh, that's true. Let's lower. Yeah. What do you say? Under promise, over deliver. Yeah, this one will be okay. There probably won't be any sort of like this or that talking about Christmas movies.
What?
There probably won't be a like funny joke thrown in here or there. Hey, you know why? You know why Frosty got kicked out of the produce section of the supermarket?
Because he was sticking his carrot in places.
Because he got caught picking his nose.
Did
I tell you that joke?
No, you just did.
Oh, well, you know what's so funny? Because I texted Ken and Luis that joke.
Oh yeah.
And I thought to myself, I was gonna text it to you, and I was like, no, I'm gonna tell it to him on the podcast.
Yeah.
But their response was your exact response. Like he kept sticking his carrot in things. And so that's why I was like, wait, did I tell him this?
Well, that's good company for me to be in the same mindset with.
Yeah. Yeah, their response was
that's good company. I like Carrot. Ken and Louise. Carrot and Louise.
Oh yeah. They appreciate a good bad joke for sure.
That's right. Well, I asked them all today. There was a dead space in between the snatches. And I was like, anybody got a joke? And we all just kind of looked at each other. I'm like, duh. Big fail. Coaching fail.
Oh yeah, they said Luis probably kept putting his carrot in things.
That's what I said too, right? There you go. See,
yeah.
Love it.
Wait a second, it's like deja vu all over again.
Great minds think alike.
That they do. Cool. Well, yeah, let's get right into it. I'm excited about this one. So we talked about doing this or that last week.
Yeah.
And so I went a couple different routes with it. So I picked 3 movies that I think are commonly argued as to whether or not they're actually Christmas movies.
Okay.
But I think it's fair. Should we first come up with like a set of rules? Like, what do we decide as a Christmas movie, or do we just kind of play it like from the hip?
We can. I mean, I like rules. I like establishing the framework in which we're operating. Sure, and then we can break it whenever we want because we made the rules.
Rules are meant.
Rule number 1. That's right. Rule number 1. I can break any rule I want because I made it.
Exactly. Yes, that's right. What's funny? I was looking at I found this whole list. There's some movies too where I've seen people come up with lists. I was like, that's never crossed my mind. Like Lethal Weapon. Someone brought up it's Lethal Weapon, a Christmas movie.
One of them is Ho Ho. No, what are they? Is it Christmas time? I think it's summertime. They're in LA, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah. So like,
but one of them does. I think one of them does take place over Christmas, maybe.
Right. So does that constitute a Christmas movie?
Yes.
So if it takes place during Christmas,
100%.
The background is Christmas.
100%.
Now,
I'm still thinking Die Hard. Because I'm like, yeah, see, flies out to Nakatomi Tower for
Yeah,
the Christmas party. I'm like, oh wait, wrong movie. Die Hard, not Lethal
I
Weapon.
heard. So we now like because I think we talked about this last week. Like Catch Me If You Can. Like he always goes back to if you ever saw that with Leo and Tom Hanks, he would there was always like a flashback. It would go back to like him spending Christmas with his mom. And like as he like got further along in his like adventure.
No,
So I was like,
no.
yeah,
All right.
no,
So I guess the qualification would be if the holiday time, therefore, aka they're traveling for the winter holiday,
yeah.
be it Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's. I would even put like New Year's in that category.
I holidays, yeah. Like
They're on break. They're on break from college, work, whatever, for the sake of some sort of end of calendar year
I would
thing.
say the holidays have to play some sort of role
Yes.
in the like. It's not just the backdrop, but the setting itself plays some sort of role.
Yeah, it's influencing the narrative flow.
Yeah,
Something about the plot. Something that it's a vehicle by which it has facilitated the action. Then I would say you could call that a Christmas movie.
that's where I can say these are like the honorable mentions because I picked three, but another one was someone mentioned The Shining. I was like, nah, Shining is like I get it because it was more like that's more like a dreary winter like setting. Like
Yeah,
they were
no, I
there
don't
during
think it
Christmas.
actually has anything to do with the holidays.
No, I think like maybe they
They're
celebrate
in Colorado and they get snowed in.
Yeah, I think they were there during Christmas, but I think it was other than that, like
I think it's just because they get there in like August or September, and
right.
then they're there for the whole year because he's the new caretaker of the hotel, the
Hotel,
haunted
yeah.
hotel, and he's a writer, and then he goes batshit crazy.
Yeah. So I think so. That's when I absolutely would be like, no.
Nah.
Oh.
I think we see eye to eye on that one.
Yeah, cool. I think honestly that's my main one. I think the other like you can play it fast and loose, but we'll see. Like these three. So here we'll kick this off. And here we are. So we'll start with
no rock and roll Santa on that one. Just fat jolly short Santa.
Fat Jolly Short Santa. There you go.
Yeah.
Fat Jolly Short Santa.
High above the city of LA, a team of terrorists has seized the building, taken hostage, and declared war. One man has managed to escape, an off-duty cop hiding somewhere inside. He's alone, tired, and the only chance anyone has got. Starring Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Coming Christmas this year.
Man, I feel like I just grew some extra chest hair with you reading that. Like I just feel like so much more of a man now just reading the description.
If you'd like to watch Die Hard, press 1. If you'd like to see Santa Goes to Hell, press 2. If you'd like to see The Land Before Time, press 3.
Ooh, Santa Goes to Hell or Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Both catch my drift. So
why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see?
So I feel like this movie, like this is the one that always comes up, but you and I have talked about it a lot. And I think we're both in agreement. This one, like it's a holiday, it's a Christmas party or whatever at Nakatomi Plaza when the terrorists come in.
It is definitively so wait, what's our that? If it's this or that, do we have
these first three, it's this or that. It's a Christmas movie or it's
Christmas or not. I got you. Yeah. Oh yeah. I just yes, it's a Christmas movie. It is
Bruce Willis
definitively about Christmas. He writes ho ho ho. Now I got a machine gun on one of the guys, right? on the brother, right? When he kills him, and it is most definitely a Christmas movie. Right? Like even with they talk about where are you going to be spending the holidays, where he's like, oh well, if it doesn't work out with the old lady, give me a call with what's his face, the limo driver. God, I can't think of his name all of a sudden. I think where people would argue that it's not a Christmas movie is something like what? Like Santa's not in it, or there's no sled, or like
it's not a classic Christmas theme, like a kid's not going to get the present that he wanted, or like, it
is a classic Christmas theme. There's a villain and he's trying to keep people from having jolly holly Christmas cheer
by
killing them and taking them hostage and then killing some of them.
And I feel like that's more like as much of a villain as the Grinch is. Like I don't know if I woke up and my presents were gone, or here's a this or that presents gone or dead.
Right, and I think it takes Bruce Willis, who's kind of like the stand-in Saint Nick character. I mean, he even swoops from the ceiling, from the roof, down in to the building at one point. Like,
you know what? I'm gonna, for the sake of consistency, I'm gonna say, since we compared Hans Gruber to the Grinch,
yeah,
Bruce Willis is more of a Cindy Lou Who type.
I don't know. I mean, he's kind of. No, I think.
No, I guess.
I think what's his face from Full House, right? The dad from Full House. Oh no, he wasn't Full House. He's Bud. He's the cop who plays the cop.
Oh,
the Flatfoot cop. You know, character.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, like, I get it. I'm on board. I'm always willing to have an open mind, and I'm on board to have myself. I'm willing to be proven wrong or convinced otherwise.
No,
but I think you're an idiot if you don't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I'm really glad you said that, because my question is, does this change your answer?
All right, let's see.
Now, please listen very carefully. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
He's making a joke. He's kidding.
Yeah, it's a roast. Obviously,
Bruce would never say that. He would never say that. Not to mention, it's not his decision to make. He's just the talent. He didn't write it. He didn't direct it. He didn't produce it. He's just the pretty face in it.
Yeah, yeah, he is. So I think he's talking out of line there.
100%. He don't own that. He doesn't own that thing. It's just his likeness.
Right. Cool. Babe, I need that plugged in. Can I have that back, please? What is going on? What are you doing?
She unplugged your computer.
When did I point at you? All right. Moving on.
That's a great clip, by the way. You're on fire. Sick. You should be sick more often.
Fiona, hold on. Excuse me. Fee, stop pulling on that. You're pulling on the computer. I need that, please. Come on.
No.
Weren't you watching the movie?
What?
Weren't you watching? What were you doing? You're Yoda.
She was watching Die Hard.
She had this feather shoved in the cord of
good
my
God. Yeah,
charger.
That's not good. I don't think feathers conduct electricity, because otherwise that could be bad.
Right? No, Fee. Go back and listen to Yoda, please. All right. This is one.
Also, I'm 100% it is a Christmas movie. I am 100% yes, it is a Christmas movie.
I'm glad you said that, because I feel that way too. Because again, Christmas, like
he gets him the gizmo to bring as a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Like that, and then it all happens over Christmas. And then Phoebe Cates, right? That's who's the girlfriend, or she tells a story about why she hates Christmas.
Yep. And it wasn't like and remember, like, when they were in was it a sporting goods store? Is that what he?
Yeah, when they've turned into gremlins at that
snowing
point.
Outside, like it is.
Winter, and his car won't start because of the snow. His stupid, Volkswagen Bug that he has, and like, This is. I think this one's a no-brainer. I mean, shoot, on the poster, you probably should have even put like a Santa cap, like an elf cap on Gizmo there.
Yeah, and I think there's an argument. It came out in June of '84.
Oh.
And,
interesting.
So I think that, like, I wonder if that throws people. Like, it came out in June. And I think in the UK it came out in November, but it came out June of '84, and which I think throws people off. But also,
when did Die Hard come out?
Die Hard was maybe the tough ones. That's a good question.
Yeah, because that might put little Bruce Willis's. Which I think he's totally kidding.
July of '88.
Ah, crap! It is a summer.
Yeah.
Movie. All right. Well, I mean,
which is funny too. Like, that makes sense. Like, blockbusters come out in the summer.
That would be grounds upon which the other side making their argument could make that. They have a solid argument, but that's why you got to have it. So.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think Gremlins is definitely a Christmas movie. Which now I should start writing these down. I got two movies to watch.
Yeah, right. You know what I watched? I haven't watched it in years. I watched it the other day. Ernest Saves Christmas.
I'll skip.
Skip.
Ernest, I hate that character.
Really? Oh,
I wish I didn't, but I
Ernest
really
Saves Christmas. I will say Ernest Saves Christmas is not one of my favorites. I think I don't remember the order they came in, but I feel like he started to lose his luster. Those movies started to lose their luster, but like Ernest Goes to Jail. I love Ernest Goes to Jail. I love Ernest Goes to Jail.
I think Ernest Goes to Camp was one of the ones. I remember
that was a good one too.
That one actually might have been pretty good. I don't remember. He's just
Ernest Scared Stupid. I enjoy because it's literally stupid. It is stupid, and like it's in the title, like it's stupid. So if you're expecting anything, but it's I love Jim.
None of those are Christmas movies, unless it's Ernest Saves Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, which like I said is probably my least favorite of the Ernest.
Oh, you said that one already.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's an Ernest Rides Again. That one was pretty bad too. Or no, I'm thinking of Pee-wee. Anyway, yeah, Gremlins. I think you can't. I think more so. This is more solidified as a Christmas movie than even like I think more so than Die Hard.
I don't know. I think they're. I can see where they're in the same category, but I mean, and all right, I guess I could make they're cute little fuzzy animals, and it is wrapped around Christmas. But I think the argument for both of them rests in the same sort of categorical high points, centered around the time of year, the Christmas season, and the reason they're traveling is sort of the reason why there's the conflict, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. All right, this next one.
All right, here we go.
This one I'm on the fence, so I'm curious to see what you think and see if that sways me.
What do we got?
Boom. It's Scissorhands. So like Edward Scissorhands, the part two, like you remember because they're in like aren't they in like Southern California? Is that
yeah, it's like a Santa Monica sort of place. It's like a all the houses are the same and it never snows, but the story is right. He does the ice sculpture, and that's what causes the snow to come down. So
like that's an iconic scene, like the ice and the snow.
Like, but is it iconic, Christmas?
Right?
Is it Christmas season? Is it that what?
So I think it goes like that's what it's like. That's the most Christmassy moment of the movie. I remember too, like you see like people were decorating their yards. It's funny because you see like people are out wearing it's Southern California, so like it doesn't look like
maybe that that's why. Yeah, maybe that's what throws me off. Is I feel like he comes at a time like he comes at the beginning of the school year or something, but maybe it is that the old man dies sort of I'd have to rewatch it. I don't
let
me ask this question.
Yeah.
Is it the fact that it is Christmas that drives some sort of narrative that serves as a narrative engine?
For this movie or just in general?
No, for this movie.
For this movie? Yeah, no, I don't think it does. Like
so
I think it's tricky too because you see like because the house that he was created in is like in this dark part. I remember I think it was like snowing up there and it was
up on a hill
like I think it just I think because there's snow and I think because of that scene and I think there's a moment where I think it is Christmas, but I don't think it's an integral part to the theme itself. Like I think you could have that scene and it not be Christmas. It wouldn't matter.
I think we have to draw the line. If we were to defend this one for the sake of that scene, I think it would undermine our argument for Die Hard and Gremlins.
So I'm like curious, like
I don't think Christmas or the holidays is a necessary catalyst for the narrative or for the plot to move, for the action to take place. Whereas with the other two, it's critical, right? He is coming to Nakatomi. He's coming to LA because it is Christmas. They are doing the robbery because it's the holidays and the holiday party is taking place in Die Hard, right? If it's not Christmas, they got to come up with a completely different idea of how to make this thing work. With Gizmo is the dude, the kid's Christmas gift from his grandfather, right? Who just bought him in Chinatown or wherever he bought him. Whatever racial profiling.
Probably was
1980s,
Chinatown.
1980s. Yeah, exactly.
Probably Chinatown, Milwaukee, or whatever they. Yeah,
right, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Just whatever makes it easy and makes it foreign and other.
Yeah,
yeah,
and like mystical and misunderstood.
Right. So all that aside, those two, I think, it being that season is a critical component to the narrative, and if it's not, it's a totally different movie. This one, I think, is more like The Shining, like you were talking about, and I think if we were to try to somehow make an argument that the season and it being Christmas is critical, I think we quickly undermine the whole project.
Yeah.
So I would say I don't think this one qualifies as a Christmas movie.
So I will say that I don't think it qualifies as a Christmas, because that was where I was leaning. Like, I don't think it. Yeah, like Christmas itself doesn't play a part, but I think because, because there's so many, the movie starts out with the lady telling this story. And it's
it's Winona Ryder as an old. It's Winona Ryder as an old woman telling it to her kids in front of a fireplace,
So it has these nice wintry themes, and the Danny Elfman score, I think gets used in a lot of Christmas ads and stuff like that. So I think it's a great I think it fits into, you can watch it during this time of year and it works, but I don't think it is I would not call it a Christmas movie.
Agreed.
Yeah. So cool.
All right.
Cool. So 2 for 3. Good. So I did 3. All right. Now the next one, I just did these 2. This is if you had to pick one to watch, you got to watch it.
Between these next 2?
These next 2.
Okay.
All right. I feel like I know the answers, but I'm let's see. Because I'm really curious to hey, comment below, tell us what you think. If you had to choose between one of the 2.
Oh man. This is a Sophie's choice.
Right.
Oh man.
If there ever was one, this is it.
Oh crap, dude. Why would you do this? That you just came out hot. Oh,
right.
That's like I don't know. Think of a CrossFit movement, the two of your favorite movements of all time.
Right.
You can only do one. You doing the snatch or the clean and jerk?
Right. Oh. Forever?
That's ever. You just laid it on the table. You said I can only watch one of these.
Only watch one.
Forever. Fudge. Man.
It's hard because
I'm gonna miss the whole. I'm gonna miss the window. I'm gonna not be able to decide. I'm gonna miss both of them.
Should we come back to it? Did I come out too hot?
No. You gotta choose. You gotta make an adult. Come on.
It's funny. I think nostalgia for me. Wants to say Christmas Vacation, because it's just there's so many great lines from that movie, and and I think just to the time, I resonate with that time period a little bit more too. Elf. What did Elf come out 2002? So it wasn't. They're both. Let's see if Elf come out.
Matt, if you could only watch Elf or Christmas Vacation, which one would you pick? You can't pick both. Nah, he's younger.
He say Elf?
He said Elf.
Yeah, I almost said, I was I bet he doesn't hesitate. Elf. Elf came out in 2003.
Okay. So they grew up with that. They're not born until 2006. So
right. Yeah. But I think Elf is such a different type of funny. Will Ferrell Will Ferrell was born to play that role. He was.
But Chevy Chase is born to play that role.
Yeah.
Crap! I still haven't decided. Oh my god. Oh.
It's tough. So
basically, this is the way I'm trying to think about this, right? Okay. So you pick Elf.
Yeah.
You never get to watch Cousin Eddie in the motorhome.
Yeah.
Morning, Clark. Jitter's full, right? You never get to watch that again. You never get to watch the dinner scene with the grandma, my god, you never get to watch him plug the lights in again, and I know you can watch them in your head. I don't know, there's something about, but then if I pick Chevy Chase, you never get to watch good luck finding your dad, buddy. Right? Like, and oh man.
Like this,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, so the lines
this
like,
is so un-American of you. Why, Eric? I don't know why there has to be scarcity and you have to choose between these two. We are Americans. I should be able to get everything I want and have both of them.
yeah, right. Thank God this is completely like. Thank God this isn't for real. Like, I will not come to your house. I won't peek in the windows. Like, no.
All right, I'm picking Elf. I'm going with Elf. I got to go with Elf. I got to go with Elf, and I'm never looking at Chevy Chase again. Oh my God, I'm so sad. I'm so sad with my show.
Can I? So I heard this. I haven't fact checked it, but I think I've seen it in a couple different places. Do you remember in Christmas Vacation? This was like well, let me go back. I think I'll make my pick first. Before I go into this. But I think I'm gonna go.
That's why I just had to do it. I just had to pull off the Band-Aid and do it.
Yeah. Why is this so hard? It's not real, but it's so hard.
Because you're doing a good
I
job.
can change my answer tomorrow. I can
actually just watch them both later today.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, piece of cake.
I think Christmas.
I'm skipping
Vacation.
my classes. You'd pick Christmas Vacation.
I think I go Christmas Vacation. I think it's just a lot of nostalgia.
Oh man.
But so in the scene in Christmas Vacation when he was up in the attic watching the videos.
Yeah.
So from that movie came out in 89. That movie came out in 89. So I think so he would have been watching those videos were from how many years been since 89? 34 years.
Yeah.
So it's been 34 years since that movie came out. Those home videos he was watching were from 34 years prior.
Oh,
I think it's something like it might like I don't know if it's exact. It's like right around there. They're almost the exact same time away.
Like 55 type of time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? So like imagine like watching movies, like watching home videos from.
It was from 1989. Yeah.
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 So
like me watching my 12-year-old self in things.
Yeah.
At 46 now.
Yeah.
Huh. So that's like Chevy Chase is supposed to be like mid to late 40s in this movie.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. Which
cool.
makes sense, right? Like he's quintessential middle management. He's worked his way up to where he needs that bonus, right? His kids they're like, late high school, almost college.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got the house. He's like, the establishment of middle class, middle America, suburbia. Yeah. Like he is the quintessential. And that's the midlife crisis, the existential crisis that he's having. So yeah, I mean, right? Like this was the worst thing you've ever done to me, Eric. I'm never gonna be able to forgive you for making me choose between these two movies, which quite possibly, so I think an argument win. These are quite possibly the two greatest Christmas movies ever made.
Yeah, they're so good. Yeah. They're definitely my top 5.
These would be my top 2, but what you made me do was actually say I think Elf is number 1. I think Elf is the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
I will say that I don't think you can go wrong with that, whichever one you pick.
But if you pick Christmas Vacation, right, it's the difference between who's better, Frasier or Froning.
Right. They're just apples and oranges.
Tiger or Jack.
Yeah.
Right. So I think if you just like, I mean, god dang, like, I don't know. So yeah, nobody's questioning Tia is the greatest woman CrossFitter of all time, female CrossFitter.
Yeah.
But anyway, and by far the greatest CrossFitter of all time across everybody. So we don't have that movie for Christmas movies, unfortunately.
No.
Though I would say it's Die Hard.
There you go. All right, this next one's a layup. I'll get your brain's probably fried after that one. We'll go here.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I get you. There
you go.
Oh my god! Right? Just anything after Home Alone, you shouldn't have made it.
Home Alone 2 wasn't bad. It was just like it's funny. I watched it last night, and it's just. I mean, it's a lot of the same gags, just in a different place.
Yeah.
The more you watch it too, the more you're like, this is ridiculous. Like this wouldn't have happened.
That's what made Home Alone enjoyable. It was sort of like the ridiculousness of it. You were like, I can suspend my disbelief because it's the first time I'm seeing it. When we see Home Alone 2, you're like, bullshit. There's
as an adult, I call bullshit. As a kid, I was like, the Wet Bandits. It's them. How did they find him? right? Like,
Oh yeah. But I mean, right? This is the beauty of this is capitalism at its best. If it worked
yeah,
the first time, it's gonna work even better the second time. And
that's
even
right. I
if I
think there's
only
like
get
6 Home Alones. Yeah,
right, even if I only get 80% on the dollar, it's still $300 million.
yeah, nailed it. Yeah, I think yeah, this it's funny. It's one of those ones that there are some movies that like you can watch as a kid and like they hold up over time. And even if you look at them, you're like, yeah, you can call BS on it, but it's still enjoyable to watch. Home Alone 2 is one that it's like the more I watch it, the more I'm like, all right, this is there's a little too much going on that like
Would you show Home Alone 2 to the kids after
yeah,
Home
see, I
Alone
was watching
1?
with Fee, she wasn't interested.
Yeah, but I bet
She
you Home
loves the
Alone
first one.
1, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
So
she
I
loves the
think
first
I
one.
think that's a perfect litmus test of like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, yeah. The I do though. I love the scene in Home Alone 2 where Tim Curry and Rob Snyder and the whole like hotel staff come to the room after he like ran away. They found out that he stole the credit card, and he turns on the Christmas movie, the Christmas movie to like scare him again, or whatever that gangster movie was.
I can't say I'm that familiar with Home Alone 2.
It's the same. It was the same premise where like Home Alone 1, where like Marv was outside the door and I want to say Mac Kevin turned on the movie to like scare him. It was the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But Tim Curry is just he's so it was just so funny watching like he's trying to stay calm, but he's terrified at the same time. It's such a good
Yeah.
scene in that
He's
movie.
amazing in Clue. I think if anybody's
Yeah,
ever not seen the movie Clue,
yeah,
watch Tim Curry in it. He is as the butler, right? Yeah, he's the butler. Um,
yeah,
he's and then Carol Kane is
yeah.
also like flames, 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 flames from.
That's a
She's
good.
so funny.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Yeah, I know he's good. Cool. Well, that was good. Yeah, I think we need to give our brains a rest after that. My goodness.
Whew.
Ooh.
I feel like I
Yeah.
lost a kid, man. I'm still upset.
I think that yeah, that like when I made that one, I was like, yeah, this will be fun. That was harder than I thought it would be. The vacation or
That was it. So that's it. We're done. It was that we got
yeah,
it.
that's what we got. Yeah,
That was good. That was
you
good.
can literally go on forever.
Yeah, I mean, because you could have all the animation the claymation ones.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never liked the claymation ones.
yeah, I mean they're fine enough. Like they're in here, so I
Yeah.
have them for like I have cultural relevancy.
Yeah,
But I'll tell you when you did not. So all right, here we go. If
Yeah.
if I were picking ones, Family Man.
oh yeah,
But I think if we go down that road, Scrooged,
Mhm.
the new one, Spirited, with Ryan Reynolds and Will
That's
Ferrell.
good. That one's good.
That was a good one. I really enjoyed
I
it.
didn't realize that was like a musical.
Yeah, it was but
It
it
was
was
really
really
good.
funny.
Yeah,
I watched it again last weekend. Something I had it on. I watched it in like parts and pieces. Um, so we did Family Man, Scrooge, Spirited. It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, I know it's old, but like
yeah,
kind of cool. Kind of
yeah.
a like
That one
so
holds up. That's a good one.
it does, right? And so there's sort of all of these like plays on and then the Muppets.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
That might be my favorite.
Yeah, the
Muppet
Mickey
Christmas
Mouse,
Carol.
the Disney Christmas Carol with Mickey Mouse plays or Scrooge McDuck plays Ebenezer
Oh
Scrooge.
yeah,
Like that's a good
Right.
so I think like all of these go into the canon of like there could be a fun exercise of doing like a Christmas movie advent calendar.
oh
You know,
yeah.
and so I would say if you don't put Die Hard on Christmas Eve,
Yeah,
then you
noted.
are a communist.
I'm making it to myself. I'm gonna have a
And I don't know why I picked communist.
communist.
I don't mean like fundamentally. I don't have anything philosophically
But that's just
like innately against communism. I mean, like I get it. I'm an American, right? So I have to hate them because
right.
right? It's our nemesis.
That was right. Like that's
But like, but I mean, like, I've read too much up to this. I've been far too educated up to this point to not see its like philosophical benefits on like a on an academic level. In execution, never going to work, folks. It's
Right.
a horrible idea. Horrible. People are
Find a
way
place
too,
where it did. I dare you.
yeah, way too selfish. We must, our selfishness must be catered to through the capitalist vehicle that is our economy, that allows our selfishness and greed to manifest and be satisfied.
Yeah, that's
I deserve a new phone every 2 years. I deserve the best car that I can get.
it's so funny about the phone because I just said to Meg the other day that like we're like due for an upgrade. And I
Dude,
just
look
said
at that,
it,
right? Like, look at the language. It's
and it's
beautiful.
right, like, and I said it, it's just like it was more of like a wow, I can't believe I've had this phone for 2 years. And I said it as that, and Meg kind of gave me this look like, we're not getting new phones, Eric. I was like, no. Like but it's totally, but like that's the
But I
message.
mean, I could totally convince you that the fact that it's already, have you paid it off?
Yeah.
You are already
Yeah.
losing money. You're already
Yeah.
losing money.
You talked about this one time a while back, why it's like
Yep,
it's
I
worth
did it on a spreadsheet. The guy at AT&T, I had like, it was taking forever to transfer something over, and he was like, "Look, I don't give a shit if you get a new phone or not. I'm just gonna show you the numbers, dude. You seem like the kind of person who likes numbers, whatever." And he showed me the numbers, and I was like, "Holy crap, do that again." And we did it again, and then I went home and I did it again, and I was like, so the reality is, even though I don't, unless you're gonna keep that phone for 15 years,
Mhm.
maybe 10. If you're going to keep that phone for 10 years, you're never going to make the money back that you're going to get by trading it in while it's still greater than 50% of its market value.
Really?
And that's where if you pay the next fee, the extra $5 a month, you
Mhm.
cut out enough months of payments that the amortization on what you're paying never exceeds what it's worth, what the value of it is worth. And when you trade it in, you get that. You can trade it in early enough that you get a trade-in value that exceeds what you would get if like you traded in yours now.
Makes
Not
sense.
now. I mean, you may still be okay. Like you may still be in the window where
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
wrong. Like, but if you're gonna no, actually I'm right. That's what I mean. Actually, you're still, the fact that you went past the 50% paid off,
Yeah.
you're losing money
I'm now losing
until
money.
you hold it on. Until you would need to hold on to that phone until, because now that you trade it in, you're not going to get the same amount
You're not
back
gonna get that
for it.
back.
Anyway, right? Like this is the part where it's like, but the narrative of the capital is like the right, like the get a new phone every 2 years is like, oh, you deserve the most up to date thing. Oh, it's totally better for you. And blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, don't sell me that. Just show me the phone. Just show me the
Show me the
nuts and bolts.
numbers. Show
Yeah,
me what
just show me the numbers. And it's like, so it just becomes more of like a leasing idea,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I've determined if I want to have this, it's in my pocket, I'm not pulling out. If I want a smartphone existence, this is now a sunk cost
Mhm.
to my life for the rest of my life living in a modern contemporary
Yeah.
world. So just go ahead and assume it's a sunk 100 to 150 a month cost. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I factored it in, as long as like being able to trade it in doesn't exceed that amount or blah, 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 right? Like done. Computer, cable, not cable, internet, whatever these things are that I'm like, that's what I want. Then they just go into the category of like sunk cost of living a
I
modern
know it
life.
costs me every month. I just need to have this money there and it's good to go.
You got it. And
Yeah,
then,
you got it.
right? Like the car thing of like, anyway, whatever. Totally not the topic we're
Just
talking
went
about.
off theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Started with so
Christmas, you
come
deserve
back to, if you don't watch Die Hard,
a new phone.
you're a commie. Got it.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those, so if you I tell you, if you don't watch it on Christmas Eve, if you're a commie, and what are those people called again that don't like Die Hard? Right, Al Qaeda.
Okay.
Right, like,
They probably were the ones stealing the bearer bonds.
probably bastards. Oh man, but
I'm trying to think. So actually, maybe this might be too touchy of a subject. Maybe what makes Die Hard such an enjoyable movie is that the bad guys are as white as the good guys.
yeah, right.
They're
like,
just German. They're just German.
they're just
right?
German.
Like,
Yeah,
and everybody's okay hating the Germans,
yeah.
right? So
I'll be Germany. They've never been the bad guys. What was
so
it? It
it's
was,
like, right? Like so maybe that's the safe space, is that like, and why it's sort of stood the test of time is it's not quite as sort of like socially or politically correct. It doesn't have as much like room to piss too many
Yeah.
people off, that
Yeah.
it like sort of stays in the straight and narrow. Like good guys are white, bad guys are white, everybody's white. It's like rest of America. Who cares, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
right.
it's just wrong on all kinds of levels, but it's not like so wrong that I can like point specifically at like, nope, not gonna make it. Nope, not gonna last. Nope, not gonna last.
Yeah.
So,
We saw that shift too. It was a German. I think German too at that time. I feel like the German, because I feel like we were slowly getting away from the Russian bad guys into
yeah,
like
yeah, it was
Middle
just like
Eastern bad
it was
guys.
just Eastern European, right?
Yeah.
Like that's highly offensive, but it's highly offensive to a bunch of people that were kind of like, yeah, we're really friends with you guys anyway. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, like, you're welcome to come over anytime you want.
Who was it? What's his name? He's an actor. He was in Suicide Squad. I can't remember his name, but he was on Conan O'Brien, and he's from Germany, and he was talking about how in American movies it seems like, or for a long time, Germans were the bad guys in movies. Germans were the bad guys, and Conan asked him, he goes, "Well, in Germany, who are the bad guys in German movies?" He goes, "The Germans." It is what it is. We've accepted that we
I think maybe it's
are
just
rough past.
I think it's when you speak German, like if you ask somebody, they just sound like they're angry.
Yeah, it's
Like
a very
everything just
aggressive language.
but it's beautiful. Like it's actually, I'm reading a book right now with a friend who speaks German. It was originally written in German. We're reading it in English translated, but every now and then we'll talk about a German word. He'll like say it like in German, like 3 or 4 of them in a row, and like and I'm like, oh, I like that a lot better. Especially if we're like talking about something that's like got a lot of like philosophical meat to it, you know? And I'm like, yeah, we should. I wish I spoke a little German to like be able to like understand. It's like, wait, and griff the stop. This don't and you're like, yeah, that's
There's a lot of hard endings. Like nothing drags on. It's very like,
yeah.
Whereas like
So
I
maybe
feel
that's
like,
what makes them good bad guys.
yeah. Whereas like I think like French guys make really good bad guys, but they have to be that more like
the Merovingian French,
huh?
Like Merovingian from the Matrix, like that.
Yeah. Like
that
very
kind of
like
French.
yeah, like so good, like classy, elegant. He's gonna outsmart you.
Yeah.
Like,
Like a Bond villain, kind of a French Bond villain. Yeah. But I mean, like you turn around and he's slicing your throat with a razor blade.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't see it coming.
And he just stares at you with those dead eyes.
Yeah, and just like, as you're dying, he's like taking a white napkin or a white handkerchief out of his pocket and cleaning off the razor blade, folding it, and saying, "You will bleed out in 15 minutes or so." That was Russian. It's like Russian and French.
It's like French.
Barcelona with no clothes on. That's my only French.
That was good though. That was good. I totally was like in the moment right there.
Yeah, right. And he's just like,
so
"You've got your blood on my shoes."
Man, I feel like I think we're in the like this whole episode could be its own like podcast now. It's just talking
in bad accents. Mine always end up veering off into like a Russian leprechaun. It's like a little bit of Russian, a little bit of Irish, and it's just really high pitched.
Or like Paul Rudd, where it's like Irish sounds Jamaican. Slapping the bass, man. Slapping the bass, man.
Oh, is no, forgetting Sarah Marshall. They don't go to Hawaii over Christmas, do they?
Hawaii over Christmas. No, that was the honeymoon. Who was Hawaii over Christmas?
Yeah, that might be one. Is it the Brady? Very Brady Christmas?
Oh, I think that was it. I think it
Somebody
was
else goes. Somebody else goes to Hawaii. Yeah.
I don't know what that. You might be right. What?
I feel like there's another one though. Like there's another big movie where they go to Hawaii over Christmas. It's like a whole thing. But
see, this one says.
All right, so I gotta write down. I did family.
Here's same time next Christmas. Christmas Hawaii. I can't find it. That's tough. Anyone listening, if you can think of a movie where someone went to Hawaii for Christmas, can you picture anyone that was in it?
Nah, it's real loose in there. Like it's just glimpses, kind of image, like shadows and images in there, and I'm just like, oh man, I'd have to let it sit for a while, forget about it, and then it'll pop back in.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a wonderful life. I'm trying to get. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need. What was the one you really liked? The Muppets, or was it?
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol.
That's so good. I was reading. With
Disney.
Michael Caine said he went into that planning to putting on a performance that he himself would have to he was going into it with the focus and the intention of putting on a performance as if he were performing for the Shakespearean theater of
He crushed it. He's awesome in that movie.
So good. It's all the lines and I love that movie.
Oh, I got 11. All right, so I got Die Hard, Gremlins, Elf, Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, Family Man, Scrooge, Spirited, It's a Wonderful Life, Muppets Christmas Carol, Disney Christmas Carol. Not in this order. I'm just trying to get 12.
Yeah.
That would go on our initial Two Bros in a Box Advent Christmas movie calendar, which we still have time to do. No, we missed it. What's the date today?
Oh, we missed it. Today's
we'd have to start.
14th.
All right, that's okay, right? The 13th. We had to start the 13th. 13th, 14th, 15th. I already started. I watched Family Man, so I'm already ahead. Family Man was my first.
I've already watched Muppets and
there we go.
Something else was on there.
And I just watched Elf, right? So
Perfect.
we're cheating a little bit.
Perfect.
But, all right, so
does Home Alone need to go on there? Did you put Home Alone on there?
Yeah. So I'll read them again. Die Hard, Gremlins, Elf, Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, Family Man, Scrooged, Spirited, It's a Wonderful Life, Muppets Christmas Carol, Disney Christmas Carol.
Man, I feel like there's something we're missing, and we're
and I'm skipping all the. I'm sure this is gonna also piss off people, the Frosties and the Rudolph and. No, I don't know though. Rudolph might be able to go in there. Rudolph and Kirby the Dentist.
Do you throw in the classic, or do you throw in a bad Santa? Right, can we go a little darker humor?
I haven't seen that in a long time. Or there's one then there's the new classics like Family Stone.
I love Family Stone. Yeah.
So maybe
who was it? Andrea said it. And Love Actually.
Love Actually, where they swap places and stuff. So there's some of those that could go in. I'll put those. So Family Stone was a really good one.
I love Family Stone. Yeah.
Family Stone.
That was a good little twist.
Because that may replace some of these reboots or just redos of the Dickens story.
Yeah.
Right. Because though I think Spirited is that was an interest where Scrooge is now
it was Dickensy, but it was a total, but it it stayed on its own.
It's if Scrooge had been doing he got hijacked after he died into being part of the Save a Soul every year.
Yeah.
Then I'm that's kind of a funny twist. That's kind of cool.
I like that.
It's a weird play on immortality.
Have you seen The Man Who Invented Christmas?
No, is this a joke?
No. It's
I don't want to see your penis, Eric.
Curves like a candy cane. So it's The Man Who Invented Christmas. So it's great. It came out in 2017. I only just saw it a couple years ago. But it's basically the story of Charles Dickens as he creates A Christmas Carol, and it's got Dan Stevens, who was in what was that British show in the mansion with all the people that stare at each what was the damn show?
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey, thank you. Downton Abbey. He played
British show. They sit around, they drink tea, biscuits, stare at each other.
Just constantly the whole show is just them making glances at each other.
You have disappointed me. You have disappointed me. You have disappointed me. This tea is cold. These biscuits are hard. We're British. Serious.
And you just made 4 seasons of the show. There you go. A very successul BBC
Judi
show.
Dench.
But that's when it's really good because it's watching him he came off he's coming off all right. He wrote God help me. The other Dickens highlight.
Oliver Twist.
Thank you. Cities. Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist, and he's written some plot since then, and now things are getting tight. He's trying to
I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. Yeah.
I think it was right after Oliver Twist. He's coming back, and he's written a few flops since then, and so now there's a pressure for him to write something.
Oh, that's in the movie of like he's kind of had a lull professionally, and so he's got to come up with something that's like, his agent's like, Chuck, you want a book out soon? Like you're gonna have to get something that's published.
Basically, it's he's basically like running low on money, and they're like, well, so what's your next project? And he just kind of makes it up as he goes. But watching him watching his like creative process and how he puts it all together. And there's great Christopher Plummer, who was in Sound of Music, is in it. It's a great cast.
All right, so the Man Who Created Christmas. Maybe that could go. All right, so there you go, folks. We don't know what the calendar is going to look like. We'll sell it on Patreon, and we'll sell it like in February.
Got it. There we go. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Just keep watching. You can watch Elf and The Christmas Carol, alternating Elf, Christmas Carol, Elf, Christmas Carol, Elf, Christmas Carol, Elf, Christmas Carol, Elf, Elf, Christmas Carol, Christmas Carol. Die Hard on Christmas Eve.
Die Hard. As long as you watch it on Christmas Eve, you'll be good to go.
That's right. And here's all right. So I got one. And we'll close this out. So what is your did not make any of this list, but it is your movie that you watch that always somehow even if you watched it in May, it reminds you of Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie.
Ooh, that's good. Reminds you of Christmas, but it's not Christmas. I don't know. That's tough. I'm trying to think because there's that. I know there's those movies out there because I know my brother's big on nothing Christmassy before Thanksgiving, right? And so it'd be one of those things where it'd be yeah, we're not watching that movie because it's not Christmas, even though it's not. Uncle Buck.
Oh, that's a legit one. I could see that. Yeah,
that one makes me. I always, for whatever reason, for a long time, I thought that, and I think it does. I think the story ends up I think the parents come home on Christmas or something like that, but it's not a central arc to the theme. It's just that's the time. That's the time frame.
So mine,
Uncle Buck.
So I would say mine. This will take the place of the gratitude because I'm always grateful for it. Is Aladdin, but it's the Disney Aladdin.
The animation or the new?
Yeah. The animation one. So in high school, it was class officer or whatever, and so it was a year that I think Aladdin came out, and I also got my driver's license that. So I would think I was a junior in high school, and it was still in theaters, and I could drive, and so I drove all of us to see it. But our class sponsors paid for it and stuff. So there was there was 12 or 15 of us that went to celebrate the whole group that had volunteering and stuff. But then I ended up hooking up with this girl that I had been wanting to hook up with the whole time, and it was on 3 days. It was the last day of school before Christmas, and then we hooked up over the whole Christmas break, and we watched. And then maybe it was out in the theaters, but it was also you could buy it. It was released from the vault. You could only watch it for what I mean. You could only buy it. This is before now Disney Plus completely destroyed all of that. Yeah. So it was re-released in the theaters or something. I don't remember those details, but I remember watching Aladdin 100 times that Christmas. And now every time I see it or watching
Aladdin, or was it on in the background? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm talking about. The Man Who Created Christmas.
Megan just came downstairs. She goes, Aladdin, really?
But it's so random. It's so stupid. And it's but that went into sort of the canon of the Disney movies. And then these other friends I used to hang out with from another high school, my buddies, swimmers, whatever. And they would get high and we would watch Christmas movies. And so it was The Little Mermaid, teenagers, you give them an inch, they walk all over you. And then Beauty and the Beast, and then Aladdin. So those three would always be on repeat in the background. And I would mostly hang out with those guys on Christmas break because, you don't have school. We'd swim in the mornings because you have Christmas practices, but then you'd be free the rest of the day. And so that movie, anytime I see it, late nights just being liquored or, other things out of your mind on somebody's back porch in suburban Philadelphia. And so that's That's my gratitude of
Like,
the
you were
season.
crazy. You were
Yeah.
crazy.
But right, like it's totally random, but it's so not a
But
Christmas
it was
movie.
a thing, yeah.
Totally. And I always want to put Aladdin in as a Christmas movie, and I have no justification for it other than my own disgusting high school behavior. And yeah, there you go.
That's awesome. That's good. That's good. Well, close. My gratitude. Our little man Axel is 1 year old today.
Oh wow, I didn't know that was his birthday.
Oh, so fast. Yeah, we're partying pretty hard over here.
Yeah. He's the reason you're all sick. Yeah.
So I'm glad. I mean, we didn't do anything big for that. Like 1 year, like everyone always said, like the 1 year old birthdays are for the adults. I'm like, I don't want to throw a party.
Yeah, right. We are sick as shit. We're not throwing.
Yeah, like no. So a lot of what's honestly sounds great to me. A lot of naps and laying around. Can I do that on my birthday?
Happy birthday to me.
All right, let's go. So yeah, you guys been around for a year.
Standing
awesome.
handy, call it a day.
Yeah, call it. Awesome, dude. Well, yeah, thanks for flexing, and this was fun. It was awesome.
So it's fun. This or that, and I think we've determined Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
I think it's
right, because otherwise you got to decide between Elf and a Christmas Vacation, and
I'd love to see like
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Elf. That's going to be. I mean, that's World War III waiting to happen. And so let's just pick Die Hard, make everybody unhappy, but at least we saved the world.
Right. That's right. There are a few casualties along the way, but in the long run,
we're in a better place. Happier. Because then you could have a first place with Die Hard, and then Elf and A Christmas Vacation are tied for second.
Yeah, or you could have like a 1A, 2A, 2B or something.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. Awesome. All right, thanks, brother.
All right, man. That was fun.
That was fun.